What's up there, everyone? So I haven't made any tropical update videos so far for the 2020 hurricane season, but I'm going to try to stay on top of that to give you guys the latest information on what's going on. It's always fun to track hurricanes, and this is definitely looking like a very active season. So here we are. This is the first tropical update of the season on my channel. So let's just give you kind of a crash course as to what has happened so far this season. It's been pretty active. We've not had any really strong systems. We've had a lot of mostly short-lived systems, and a lot of them have made landfall on the United States. Most recently, Tropical Storm Faye, which went up the East Coast. We're already up to that is 6 named storms in the Atlantic. It's a very fast pace, very record-breaking actually. And now it looks like we might be about to have our next named storm, which I believe is Gonzalo, if I'm not mistaken. But here we are. There were actually 3 waves mentioned yesterday by the NHC. All of them were low chance of development. One of them moved onshore. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. This is what I want. One of them moved onshore. It's right here, kind of highlighted by my cursor. It's moved onshore, not expected to develop anymore, even though it did try to look like it tried to develop briefly last night. We got this disturbance here that now has a 30% chance of development over the next 48 hours. It is to the north of Cuba, and a 40% chance of development over the next 5 days. And you can see its motion here. It's expected to move across the Gulf. The conditions are definitely favorable in terms of sea surface temperatures. The Gulf of Mexico is actually pretty warm right now, so definitely the conditions are favorable. There might be a little bit of dry air and some shear involved, which is keeping the percentages a little bit lower at this time. So at least gradual development is expected, and we're going to have to keep an eye on this because it is headed towards the Gulf states. So we'll keep an eye on that. This, however, has really gotten its act together over the past, less than 24 hours, over the past like 12 hours, and continuing now. This went from a low, like 20% chance of development, and now has a high 80% chance of development over the next 48 hours and 5 days. This one is kind of in the MDR region, what's what we call the main development region of the Atlantic. And it looks like that if it continues to organize, it will be declared a tropical depression. And they do say that by this weekend, conditions will be less favorable for additional development. So we'll also keep an eye on this for the next several days, because it does look like it will eventually kind of track to the northwest, move towards this general area. So conditions could once again become favorable for development by next week. But yeah, there will be a period of time where this weekend, if it does become a tropical cyclone, it could degenerate into an open low over here, and then possibly redevelop beyond that. But that's a long shot for now. But in the near term, it's no major threat to land for the next several days. We'll kind of keep an eye on it, see what's going on, see what it might do. In the Pacific, we have 2 active tropical cyclones. Actually, sorry, this one just became post-tropical after remaining just a tropical depression just for about a day. So Tropical Depression 7E degenerates into post-tropical cyclone, and Douglas is gaining some steam right here. It's now up to 65 miles per hour, central pressure 998 millibars, moving west-southwest at 15 miles per hour. And this is a new area. An area of low pressure is forecast to form well south of the southern coast of Mexico, portions of Central America later this week. Gradual development of the system will be possible over the weekend while it moves west-northwest. So let's take a look at Douglas. Go back here. So this is our only active tropical cyclone at this time, but this is where it's headed. It's actually headed towards Hawaii, and could eventually be a threat to that area. So we're going to closely monitor this as well. It's not a threat in the near term. This is over 5 days away for any possible threat to Hawaii. So definitely something to keep an eye on if you live in Hawaii, especially the Big Island. But obviously this track is expected to change a bunch over the next several days. But keep an eye on it. It does look like it's going to gain some steam. It's up to 65 miles per hour. And this is the latest NHC forecast. Now predicts Category 2 strength 36 hours from now, so less than 2 days away. It looks like it could be peaking strength around a Category 2, possibly a little bit stronger. We will have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But that is your tropical update for today. Thank you for watching.